Today's session, it's very important. We would have had a similar session a few months ago. And for those of you who do not know who I am, I did not introduce myself. I am Jana Thomas. I am the president for the Pos Environs region of the NPTA. Tonight's meeting is going to be facilitated by our second vice president, Mr. Arnaldo Russell. It's very important that we understand why our PTA needs to have some direction. It really helps you as a body understand what you are trying to achieve, why you're trying to achieve it, and how you're trying to do it. So today's session is going to help you understand the basics, putting you in the right direction. We are going to record the session, so I probably need to start recording. Okay, so it is actually being recorded. So tonight's session it's supposed to be an interactive session. I will ask all members to please, we are going to drop the registration link in this chat shortly. So please ensure that you fill it out. That will give you your certificate that we will email back to you as soon as we have verified that you are actually in the meeting. Remember, from our last general meeting, we are tracking the attendance at all of our training sessions, and this is going to go towards your PTA of excellence status for our next year. So again, thank you, welcome, thank you for joining. I hope you have a great session, and I will now hand you over to our second vice president, Mr. Arnaldo Russell. Mr. Russell, are you there?
I'm here. Madam President, you hear me clearly? Everybody hearing me clearly?
Yes. Can you all confirm that you're seeing me?
No, your camera is off.
No, we're not
Why
seeing
would
you.
my camera be off? Okay, so nobody saw
Seeing
me
you
just
now.
now. Okay, great. Well, this
No,
is me.
no.
All right, okay, great. So I'm handing you now back over to your second vice president, Mr. Russell.
Thank you, Madam President. Presidents, executive members, I would like to say a pleasant good evening to you. So we are into our time. Let's get straight into the learning for today's session. So you're going to see on the screen, you're seeing on the screen, strategic planning or strategic working plan. I would like this session to be an interactive session as indicated by Madam President. And where you have a question, feel free to pause, stop me, and ask so that I can give clarity as necessary. Strategy is part of life. What I would like is anyone could pull their phone, go to their Google, and just give me the meaning of the word strategy. I have it up already, but let's get some participation. So let's start off with that. Give me three definitions. If we only have one, give it to me. The floor is open. Anyone? Come, do all rush. I see we have a Precious Haywood here from St. Agnes. You want to give us a definition? Miss Singh. Miss Veronica De Leon. Anybody?
Hi, good
Definition?
night. You all hearing me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Strategy, a plan of action designed to achieve a long-term or overall aim.
All right, good. That's one. I have the same thing here. The art
Want me to
of
go ahead?
planning and directing overall military operations and movement. So that's from the military perspective. Next person, shoot.
Good night, everyone. A strategy is a carefully thought out plan of action designed to achieve a specific goal or outcome, especially in situations where choices, challenges, or competition are involved.
All right, good. So you're writing on the whiteboard, plan. It is a plan of action. Now, I'm not insulting anyone's intelligence. Every day we get up, we brush our teeth, we have breakfast, or we exercise. We do something that is in part our own design, which is part of our strategy, our life strategy. Every day you go to work, there is a plan, there is a strategy from the work environment coming towards you, a vision and a mission from the organization. At whatever level you are at in the organization, there is a plan. Strategy is life. The military has its strategy, how they're going to achieve its objectives. If we noted, recently the US had a strategy in the Caribbean here, and you would judge whether their strategy was successful or not. Our governance has a strategy. Likewise, the regional PTA, the PTA units, up to the region, straight to national, there is expected to be a strategy. And that strategy, from the top down, impacts on every one of us in the organization. We are talking about strategy now from the unit level. At the unit level, when you are elected, it is required, it is mandated, it is expected that you, the executive, have a plan of how am I going to achieve the goals and objectives of each and every school, of this school. So my school, let's say my school is School A, Russell School. Russell School elected Miss Jones as the president of the executive. One of the first things that that executive has to do is sit down and determine what are we going to do for the 1 year that we are in the organization for. One moment, please. What are we going to do for that 1 year that we are in the organization for? And if for more proactive units or executives, what are we going to do for the next 2 years? What are we going to leave for the executive to come, or what are we going to achieve when we are re-elected? So we look at strategic planning. Together, we will strengthen school communities, foster collaboration, and positively impact on our children's future. That is in itself forms the basis or the foundation of a strategy. Executive summary, right? So in any organization, right, just now, let me just get this clear. The presentation is still here, it came down. Oh my gosh. My apologies, guys.
It's live, we can still see it.
Came down on my end, I don't know why. Screen sharing. Right, we seeing it now? Are we back online? All right, are we still seeing the screen? Screen sharing still on?
No, it's off. Let me share it if you're having problems.
Just now. Let me try one more time. Right, back on, yeah?
It's on, yeah.
Good to go? Okay, great, great. Right. So the Pos Environs PTA executive seeks to strengthen the capacity. This is a simple summary, an executive summary of a strategic plan, right? So it seeks to strengthen the capacity and effectiveness of PTAs across the region. This strategic plan lays out a clear vision and mission while incorporating practical steps, KPIs. You don't need an executive summary, but you can have one, which is an overarching statement that guides you as to what your overall goal is. So note, the strategy emphasizes leadership development, enhanced community development, financial stability, and collaboration. Again, your goals, simple. We have 3 terms. You can look at bringing corporate sponsorship on board. You can look at raising funds through basic ventures such as ice cream sales and so on. So one of your goals could be simply increasing the financial viability of the school, the community, as the case may be, community groups, the police service or units close to you. It doesn't have to be an executive summary that is very grand. Every strategy must have a vision and a mission. A vision is free and a mission is now. What are the steps here? Now you can take your bullet points, you can write down your bullet points. So executive summary is what I spoke about first. A vision, a strong and unified PTA region where parents, teachers, and students collaborate. That could be it. But how? How do you intend to collaborate to build a thriving school community? We intend to collaborate by working hand in hand with the community leaders. By community leaders, I mean positive community leaders, working with the police service, as well as working alongside NGOs within the community. Vision, to achieve what purpose? To ensure that there is corporate sponsorship for school initiatives. This is just coming off the top of my head. To ensure the safety and security of students. These are things you can, to transform the culture of the school and by extension, the community. Your mission, I'm going to read the first part of it, to strengthen the role of PTAs within the region by empowering units through leadership training, right? Based on what I just said, to strengthen the role of the PTA, the role of the teachers and parents body within the school by empowering each and every parent to be able to achieve their goals of education and an exceptional student. Your mission must tie into your vision. One doesn't go without the other. Are there any questions so far? Is there anybody who doesn't understand what I'm saying? So my vision is to own an ice cream shop. It's to own an ice cream shop to service the Diego Martin Bagatelle community, the Separia, the Chaguanas, the Arima community, right, by the dial. My mission is to bring local ice cream to Arima, to Diego Martin, by using local material and engaging local people, suppliers. It makes sense? So the vision and mission goes hand in hand, left hand and right hand. Are there any questions so far? Core values. So again, I'll review your executive summary, your vision, your mission. Core values. These are come like they act as guiding principles for our daily, weekly, monthly, yearly engagement. Our core values. Here you have inclusivity. We have collaboration, transparency, empowerment, accountability, innovation, and respect. You can choose any combination of 3, 4 watchwords as your core values as well, right? Together, we aspire. We are the best at what we do, and we aspire for our children to be the best.
Sorry, Mr. Russell,
So
just
instead of
another reminder. I just put the link for your attendance in the chat. So if I can have everyone, please fill out the attendance. Make sure that you register your presence here with us today. Thanks. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
So I have another request for you all. I have put these core values here. Again, I would like you to now go online, because everything is there, and give me 2 core values. Give 3 persons, just give me 2 core values outside of these core values here. The floor is open. Mutual respect. I give you all one. Mutual respect.
Transparency.
Transparency is one. Yeah, we're writing that on the whiteboard as well. Transparency. That's one. You have one more for me again.
Consistency.
Consistency. Well, remember our core value. Consistency is a core value. How you tying in consistency? Let me see. How you explaining consistency as a core value?
I would say based on whatever the project is, you have to do with your school that you're consistent with it so that it succeeds and it doesn't fall through.
Consistently able.
Yeah.
No, optimal. White. Apologies. Consistently, lost my train of thought. All right, so yes, consistently can be used once you can explain it. Each of your core values, you must be able to explain it. So consistently, our PTA is consistent in what we do. We are consistently able to achieve, to support, to manage, and to give of ourselves. How that sound? Next one more person. You all are testing me here. I like it. Next person. Anything. Let's hear a core value.
Adaptability,
Explain it.
meaning to remain flexible and responsive to changes in the needs and context. Because for every
Say it again. Lovely. I love it. Say it again, please. Louder, please.
being flexible and responsive to the changing needs and context, as we always deal with different changes when it comes to the school and its environment.
Yes. All right, so we got it. We got it. So again, somebody, Miss Gittins, you wanted to say something?
No, sir.
Was Miss Gittins speaking just now? We also have some messages in the chat. We have
Read
efficiency.
them, please. Right. Explain efficiency. Did they explain efficiency? Our PTA is efficient at what we do, and we will
That's
consistently
somewhat
hold that.
secondary.
Right. Okay. Yes, it could work. Go ahead. Anybody else? Anything else? So whatever your watchword is, it must be, again, tie into your vision and your mission, and it must be specific, not too long, but specific and achievable. Right? Smart is the word you want, right? Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. Right. So now we come to the meat of the strategic plan. In order to achieve to accomplish a comprehensive plan, we must understand the environment in which we are, our academia, our school, we work in. So as a PTA, every school, every region, the national, of course, has its strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This is an internal analysis. So you're looking at what are some of the strengths of the PTA in the school, what are some of the weaknesses and opportunities for the PTA and the threats. So let me look at one that we have up here. They say active involvement from school communities, a clear vision. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at it from the unit level, and I'm going to give you some strengths of units. You will tell me if I'm on point with these things. They have an active PTA, a history of an active PTA, strong parent involvement, strong executive, strong parent involvement. They have strong support from the school. Those are three strengths that some PTAs have. Other PTAs have strong corporate partnership. They have community involvement, resources. Those are strengths. Experienced teachers, experienced PTA members. Weaknesses, poor participation, poor corporate sponsorship, disengaged parents, low finances, poor leadership, as you would see here. What are some of the threats? Resistance, well, the threats here are consistent across the board. Resistance from schools, inconsistent funding, no policies or limited policies, and poor social environment. That's a threat. Community leaders will come back again. Financial mismanagement, which is a risk, and opportunities, an opportunity to partner with external stakeholders, corporate growth, an opportunity for growth. An organization, a school that has never had a PTA but has always wanted one, has an opportunity to grow. And land space, that can be an opportunity for the PTA to develop the space, be it small, large land space, or even school infrastructure for the benefit of the school. The goal is to use your strengths to negate your weaknesses and your opportunities to eliminate your threats. The goal is to use your strengths. So let me give an example. I'm going to use the strengths of the PTA, an experienced PTA body with corporate sponsorship and teaching support, as well as strong finances. I'm going to use that to eliminate all my weaknesses. So sending my leaders for training. Once the region has training, we can afford to sponsor transportation, sponsor refreshments, and support that training. We can afford to engage external service providers and have that PTA executive trained up. We can afford to donate funds, resources to our parents and to the school to eliminate the weaknesses. What am I going to use my opportunities for? The opportunity exists for us to engage Royal Bank, parents, our teachers on a training level, engage them on their experience, the district school supervisor, and inform him that, listen, we have a plan. We wish to remove certain things from the environment, which is engage the police service to do more patrols, reduce the threats, help our parents be able to support their students, provide meals, even pay for an additional teacher or security. We negate the threats. Are there any questions so far? You're using your strengths to eliminate your weaknesses and your opportunities to negate your threats. Simple. But in order to do that, you must be able to identify what those things are. This is an internal analysis. It is your executive sitting down with your teachers, with your principal, and identifying. So you can have an engagement with your principal and her executive, school-based management team, hear from them what their challenges are. You sit with your executive, you talk to your parents, and from that, you will get their weaknesses, things that their concerns. You will get things that the threats or the risks to you, and you will then be able to identify, wait, we are in Port of Spain. We have a lot of commercial activities taking place. We are in a rural community. We only have, let's say, tourism passing through the area. We only have occasional government intervention in the area, but we have land space. We have natural flora and fauna. Are there any questions? Do we grasp what I'm saying? Hit me a thumbs up. Hello, anybody? Are we hearing me?
Yeah, and you're loud and clear.
All right. So I'm not getting any feedback, so I don't know if I'm just losing people here. You'll have to keep me on track. Okay, fine. Great. So governance and reporting structure. We already know what the structure is for your executive, right? So the president provides full strategic and operational
Mr.
supervision.
Russell?
Mm-hmm.
Mr.
Hello?
Russell?
Yes, I'm listening to you. Hello?
You can hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
I believe I sent you the wrong file. This is our internal document. I'll send you the other one out.
All right. Stop sharing. Right. So far, talk to me, presidents and executive members. What are your questions? Whilst I get the other document up, tell me. What do we understand from what I just spoke to you about?
Hi, good afternoon. Hi. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, we're hearing you.
Hi. I'm requesting all of you. I'm from the St. Agnes Anglican, the president. Well, I understand like to meet with the principal and the executive and also the teachers. So that's what the principal before she left. So she retired on Thursday going. So we have to meet with the new principal and the executive to understand, their challenges and to sit down with them. So we waited to have a meeting with them to do that. So I understand that.
Okay. Have you started with your executive and at least thought of what are the A, B, C's of what you plan to do, what you would like to do?
Yeah, we were talking about it, but we haven't fully confirmed on it as yet. We still have to do a talk through about it, about the plan A, B, and all of that.
Okay. Anybody else? Barely hearing you. If you're speaking, we're barely hearing you. Feel free to share. We have a host of presidents here. It can't be that I'm so good at this that everybody grasps it. So if you grasp it, just give me an idea of what your plan. Go ahead.
I'm from lower mobile government.
Mhm.
By doing this SWOT analysis, you'll be able to strategically plan how to deal with the threats and how to build on the strengths and the opportunities that you have to fix things. One of the issues with the lower mover, I don't know if it's because of the community and because it's like they seem that attending PTA is not really important. But when issues come up, they gather themselves together to fight. But so we are battling with trying to build the PTA for the parents to come out and attend PTA meeting, and as well to do some damage control. And then we have the situation with the school renting and the as the school is renting, the building that was being built, the halt in it. So one of the things that my focus would have been is to focus on trying to get the school, to find out what's going on with the building and what strategies we could do to encourage the government to start back building the school and to encourage the parents.
Right.
Because if the parents keep saying negative things about the school, then this government, we don't want to complete the school because the trend leaving, then we didn't have a school to build anymore. So that's where we are at Lower Boca.
I get you. Let me finish the presentation and I'll take your contact information and I'll get back to you. I will speak to you directly on the issue. So I just got a
I would
presentation.
just interject here that I'm working
So-
with her on the unit and send communication
Oh, okay.
to who we needed to already.
Madam President, you're seeing the presentation now?
Yeah, it should be out.
You seeing mine? You're seeing it on my screen? On our screen?
I'm seeing that you're sharing.
All right, so I've probably got a little internet flux here now. Right, great.
Hi everyone, it's Yanis here, and in this video we will
Hey, what's Giannis? You all hearing me? You all hearing Giannis here?
explore what is strategic planning. To achieve your goals
Yeah,
in the
seeing and
quickest
hearing.
possible way, you have to become
Yes, we're here.
strategic about them. If
Mm-hmm.
this is your first Summers channel, then make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon to get updates on my latest videos about time management and productivity. Strategic planning is the process of defining its strategy or direction and making decisions on allocating resources to pursue this strategy. Strategy generally involves setting strategic goals, determining actions to achieve the goals, and mobilizing resources to execute the actions. And while it might sound like something to do with big organizations, it can be used at the personal level as well. You have to be strategic about your health, because if you want to stay healthy, then you have to plan your meals accordingly. You have to be strategic about your fitness to make sure that you're in a good physical shape. And the same goes for your relationships and other areas of your life. Of course, the most important area where strategic planning plays a major role is in your business. You have to be strategic when it comes to planning your business and executing strategies to achieve your goals. There are many moving components when it comes to your business, like product, operations, marketing, accounting, etc.
We lost volume.
If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate if you could press
Hearing
the
it?
like button, as this will help the video reach more
Yeah.
people and spread the
Right. Beautiful. Thanks for watching. He just said the same thing we said. Strategy is part of our life. Right? So, moving on to what I was treating with. The theoretical perspective for strategy. So what I would have done, I would have just gone online and looked at specific theories that dealt with strategy. As PTA executive members, who are our stakeholders? We must know who our stakeholders are. For the business, you would have customers, suppliers, and community. But for us as executive members and parents, our stakeholders are one, well, for business, employees, customers, community, you see in here, it will be the students primarily, it would be our teachers, it would be the community, as you see here, not shareholders, but stakeholders, which is all those persons that have an active part to benefit from student success, student engagement. And of course, we produce students to go into our society. So society overall is our major stakeholder. The neighbor to our left and the neighbor to our right. Mute your mic. Mute your mic. Mute your mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to mute your mic. Right, thank you. Right, so know who your stakeholders are. That's one of the first things you need to do. Everything I said before still stands. Vision and mission still stands, right? So again, as we know, as I just said, students, parents, teachers, the Ministry of Education, corporate entities and NGOs, business community members, the overall community, and of course, our country. Those are our stakeholders. The SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, we spoke about it. All right. And now moving from the internal analysis, which was the SWOT, we didn't have any questions. We now move to our external environmental analysis, which is our PESL, which is called PESL. What does PESL mean? Political, economic, social, technology, environmental, and legal framework. Simple. So in Trinidad and Tobago now, what are some of the things that affect us politically about our schooling? One thing politically that affects schooling in Trinidad and Tobago. Can anyone give me one? I want one from you all. Political. What comes to mind? Ministry of Education, what?
For example, when there's a change of government, so when we had the general election in April, the government would have changed, which means now some of the mandates and plans and projects that were in progress from before may have been stopped or totally done away with for new plans to come into place, especially with respect to the Ministry of Education.
So policy change. You don't need to say anything more. Self-explanatory. So when you look at your internal environment, it tells you about your unit, your region, your area. When you look at the bigger picture, you understand the political change affects policy, which affects the decisions or the options we have available. Either it's more options or less. More computers, less computers. More money to schools, less money for schools. Economic, talk to me. How does economic decision making on the grand scale, aggregate scale, affect us? Anybody? Come, jump on it. You'll have it. Jump on it. Do we have more money in our pocket or less? Parents.
Well, it depends. So similarly, a change in government, for example, also would affect persons who would have been hired, employed. Some people who were on contracts were terminated. So now, if you're unemployed, you have to look for a job, which means less income, which can affect your children being able to go to school, being able to carry lunch, different things like that.
So again, on point. Now the social net, does it have to capture more parents, more students, or less? Are we looking at more people on the breadline, which means less students coming with all the books, which means more persons traveling to school rather than being dropped off to school, which means a larger or a greater burden on this PTA to support the school's financial needs? Make sense? Political and economic work hand in hand. Social, that also ties in. How does the social environment affect us? And planning, and remember, the theme is planning. What do we have to plan for in terms of our socio-economic political environment? So we're on sociology, so the social component. What's taking place in schools now as of last year into this year? What was a major concern?
The violence in school.
That's one. Good. Next one.
The
Teachers, involving teachers.
The teachers and then shortage of teachers.
Right. But what teachers doing right now? Last week and into this week?
The protests for more money.
Protesting, right? That's political on the teaching level, but it's also social. Go ahead. You're on a roll. Go ahead. Anything else?
And the social will everything it will have a ripple effect because the economy, the things change with the family life. Then you go find more pressure on the family. The children socially, emotional messed up. You know, it have more social issues affecting the family. So then it's a whole ripple effect from one thing to the
your
next.
PTA has to look at finding intervention methods now as part of its planning process.
Yeah.
If it's a school with a strong PTA history, high academic, it's not a school of focus, then you have one type of thing to deal with. If it's a school in a hot zone, then it's something else.
Crime
Right. The politics will be different. The economics will be slightly different, and the social component will be different. Technology, easy food, as I say. Technology, jump on it. Or y'all want me to take that one? How does technology impact?
Technology got easy access to everything because everything at their fingertip. So sometimes you can do school online, you can do the lessons online instead of going physical.
Internet. Access to devices, availability of devices.
The devices, and then it have its strength, it have its positive and it have its negative with that as well. But it's good.
Policies
technology
in place.
is good. Yes.
If the school has the infrastructure, old school versus new school, if there are policies, cyber policies in place, if it could be enforced, and training. Legal. Let's go for legal now. What are some of the legal things that affect us as parents?
Sorry, for technological, I want to say access to internet and devices and stuff is also very important, the access.
Correct. Legal. A little difficult. How does legality affect us in our planning as PTA executive members and as a president? How does it affect us? What we introducing in schools now?
Police in schools?
Don't we see that as having a legal effect? Are we looking at arresting parents? Are we looking at how we arrest, if we can arrest students? Yes, legal. When incidents take place in school, what is the process? What is the legal process for the principal, for the teacher, for the PTA member? Legality. What can the PTA do in the school and what are they not allowed to do? Our constitution, isn't that part of the legal framework? Anything that legally impacts our ability to execute our plan falls under the legal framework. It's not just legality as in law, it's also compliance as in policy, compliance as in regulation. So it's legal, regulatory, and compliant wise. HSC forms part of that. All of those things form part of the framework of legality. Can we add an extra classroom? Do we have authorization to do this? How do we go about not protesting is the word I want to use. How do we go about engaging the district school supervisor? How do we go about engaging the Minister of Education legally and in the compliant framework that it should be? Should we bypass the region? Should we bypass national? All of these things are in our constitution and form part of the legal framework. Understood? Environmental. Somebody hit me environmental. It's easy. It's a globe. It's right there in front of you. How does the environment affect us? Think internal environment and think external environment as well. You want me to take that one again? Remember, I teach on it, right? I really know this.
Well, I'm not too sure, but internal environment could be the environment that you have at your school. You know, how is teachers interacting, students interacting, and then your external environment could probably be things like weather change. You know, we have schools have no AC, students operating in heat, classrooms overcrowded, you know, all of these things impact upon
Ergonomics.
students' learning.
Your environment is just as it says. In the classroom, in the school, right outside the school, the community. What is taken? Is it a concrete jungle? Is it a hot concrete jungle? The school students have nowhere to play, to recreate. Is it jungle, forested environment, tall grass, insects? What is the environment? The atmosphere of teaching. Is it an atmosphere that promotes learning? Your teachers are engaging, they're friendly, or they're firm, they're grumpy. There's a difference. You could be firm, you could be grumpy and still teach. Is it the best environment? How can we support, create, or change that environment? Those are the questions you have to ask. And does it need to change? If the results are 100% pass rate, do we need to? Why reinvent the wheel? Why change anything if the outcome is a success? These are the questions you have to look at. So you analyze, we go again. We looked at the executive summary, your vision, your mission. You all come up to these conclusions, these things by looking at your internal environment, your SWOT, and your external environmental analysis, your PESEL. And from that, you frame what your core values and objectives are. Did I just tie everything in there? Yes. You can give me a thumbs up, just motivate me a little bit. So here we go again. We said the environmental analysis, strengths, strong PTA, weaknesses, limited finance. Most of our PTAs have that. Opportunities, an opportunity for community and commercial partnerships, which would support our efforts to reduce, eliminate, or mitigate criminal activity. Make sense? It does. All right.
Just another reminder to those who recently entered, so please ensure that you fill out the registration form. It is in the chat. I'm seeing that we have 40 people in the room and only 15 people registered.
Yeah. All right. So I like to operate with themes. So for Christmas, if I'm buying gifts, I may have a cologne. My theme this Christmas is perfumes. And I would buy all the different perfumes to different, individuals. I may have another theme might be technical devices. For our strategy, we can have a theme. For your first 3 months, theme 1, theme 2, theme 3. So term 1, term 2, term 3. Or you can have the beginning of the term, the middle of the term. You can break your plan into sections, and it's more measurable, it's more achievable, right? And it's able, you can assess success, your KPIs, you can have your key performance indicators easier to identify. Now, I'm using examples here. Restore and rebuild for an old institution. You can focus on education. So for the first 3 months, we can look at restoring and rebuilding the school wall, painting the old infrastructure, looking at the lighting. If we can improve lighting, we can look at provision of library, books and materials and so on. Education, that's education as well. Accountability. A theme could be whatever we do, we try and be more accountable, transparent to our parents and all of our stakeholders, and deliver. Instead of just having a PTA that could plan, and not deliver, we say we must deliver as a benchmark. So whenever we restore and rebuild, we put it up on social media, we let parents know we have just delivered. Wherever we achieve success through education, we sponsor 2-3 students for achievement day or something to that effect, or we focus on teacher training. we just delivered. You can have any key pillar as part of your key performance indicator within your strategy. It is measurable, attainable, and realistic and time-bound, right? And specific, of course. Any questions so far? Feel free to stop me. So remember, vision statement, it expresses the long-term goal of the organization, right? Let me go back one notch. It creates a strong, right? A strong collaboration. Well, so you get the point. It's a long-term goal. These are some examples of vision statements. When you're doing your plan, I would have identified when I was doing mine, you can do the same thing, 3 vision statements and have your executive vote on one, or you can combine all 3. So look at the framing of the first, the second, and the third. To ensure every student reaches their full potential by engaging the support of the family, schools, and wider community. The second one, to empower parents, teachers, and students to achieve their academic, vocational, and social goals through the effective collaboration and cooperation of the parents, students, teachers, and their communities. And the last one, to connect students to communities by effectively engaging their parents, teachers, and commercial sectors to ensure their success and positive contribution to their society. So everything here is futuristic. 1, 2, and 3. Mission statement. In a PTA, it is a strategic plan, right, that defines the core purpose for supporting students and strengthening the partnership between parent teachers. It's now. How do we do it now? So again, we have 3 potential statements. Now, the first mission statement ties into the first vision statement to provide the necessary structure for students to achieve their full potential through the collective collaboration of all stakeholders. I want to go back. I want to go back to the vision. Just watch number 1. I'm only going to do it for number 1. Watch number 1 and number 2. To ensure every student reaches their full potential. We saw that full potential repeated in the mission. To empower parents, teachers, and students to achieve their academic goals. We're going to see the same thing in the first 2, repeating itself. And so you see where, all right, watch it here. To provide the necessary structure for students to achieve their full potential. That's what I'm saying. And ensure the empowerment of our students to achieve their full potential. How we do it? Through communication and cooperation. So the vision is the overarching, and the mission tells you what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. Yeah? So it's not disjointed at all. Our objectives in the strategic plan are specific, measurable, steps, smart. I said that 10,000 times. Right? Here are some. I'm not going to read all. You can read 2 or 3. Supporting parents, assisting parents, encouraging, engage and motivate, improve, foster. Those are the terms and words that you can use as your core objectives. So you can pull any 3 out of these and focus on these 3 in your term of office. And for your next term, or you can do it first term, I focus on 1, 2, 3. Second term, and for your last term, you combine all of the others, and you now use that as your measure of success. Right? Core values in a PTA strategic plan, they are fundamental beliefs and principles that guide the PTA's behavior, decisions, and culture. They reflect what the PTA stands for and shapes how members interact with each other together to support students and families and the school. So core values are very important. We must have some form of standard for how we behave as an executive, regardless of where we come from. Respect, ethical behavior, some form of academic success is going to be part of our objectives. And this is not for us only. It is for our students primarily, as well as our teachers. Diversity and inclusiveness. No one should be exempted from being part of the executive because of their race, ethnicity, religion, or any other facet of the vision. We are a cosmopolitan nation. Academic success, we can have parents and teachers who are successful in whatever field and willing to contribute. Ethical behavior. This is core and very important. Value system. It speaks to when no one is looking, how we behave. It speaks to if we disagree, how we ventilate that disagreement, and our anger, how we control our temper. It speaks to our professionalism and sense of who we are as a person and as a team. The image of your unit, ethical behavior defines it. And respect, of course, respect goes hand in hand. You respect yourself and you respect others. We value the individual contributions of parents, teachers, students, and volunteers. Everybody's opinion should be valued and understood. We may not agree, but we can agree respectfully to disagree. So at the bottom, you see something in green. Respect each other through ethical behavior as we promote each other. Can't read the rest. Strengths and opportunities, weaknesses and threats. What are the outcomes? Our experience, our connection, our resource, our commitment, and our leadership. We gain more finances. We are able to achieve more resources. We are able to get the community involved. We are able to reduce any form of criminality and repair and improve our aging infrastructure. The outcome, fundraising initiatives that are successful, corporate partnerships, increased parental support. One of our executive members just spoke about that. Increased parental support, enhance the reputation of the school through the PTA, marketing and branding, social media footprint is improved. We achieve our short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. That is our strategic perspective. Again, major deliverables, ocean, public health and safety. Our school has passed that. We've been able to achieve a high compliance rate from our school. We have fire, we have extinguishers, we have more smoke sensors, we have secure doors. Construction projects, we were able to build a car park for the school, build a playground. We are compliant. Our teachers and parents are trained and workshops are engaging and are continuing. These are some of the major deliverables as examples. What are some short and medium-term goals? So this is an example. When you do your strategic plan, you now take that plan and start to put down bullet points of the actual physical activities or things that you need to achieve. So your short-term goal and medium goals, so fundraising, social media, forming of your committees, and building partnerships. They don't necessarily have to go in this order. So the example here is $100 a term per parent. Formation of events and fundraising committees. I have a finance committee, you have a fundraising committee, you have whatever committees you all want to have. You don't have a Facebook or TikTok page, create one. That's a short-term goal, and those things can be created overnight. Corporate partnership is a letter to a bank, an insurance company, or to the shop owner. There's a lot of these small mini marts that are all for supporting schools. Short-term goals. Short-term and medium goals. Again, timelines. Everything must be timely. So you can break your time up into October, December. If you are elected in September, October, December, January, March. So in this example here, you say, listen, this is more than modest. In week 1, 10,000. In term 1, I want to raise $10,000 through the incorporation of sponsorship, raising of funds, and parental contributions. I'm going to provide skilled labor from the parental body. All right, and we give that time hack of October to December 2025 to achieve it. By January to March, we say here, the funds have increased to 50,000. We have donated 5% to the school. We've been able to increase funding to 50%. Same thing we do. We get fire service on board, we get OSHA compliant companies on board or state agencies, and they are able to clear the school and say the school is safe. We improve the image of the school. April to June, our account grows to 75,000. That's our benchmark. July to September. The converse is true. As you improve over time, you can degrade over time for inaction or inactivity. That is very much what's going to happen if your organization does not have a strategic plan or follow its strategic plan. Again, you always have things happening that we didn't plan for. If you have a strong team, you can work through any challenge that you may face. So that 150,000 you see, you can start off with that and you can end up with 10,000 and still be successful. by stating that I have been contributing to building the school, not asking parents, because parents have done so much before we've contributed to the school. We are now rebuilding our funds. This is just an example. So you're saying week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. This could be term 1, term 2, term 3. It could be the first month, second month, third month. However you devise your timeline, have a measure to monitor the movement from point A to point B and reevaluate if need be and go again. So we have just come to the end of the presentation.
Environs region, the Lighthouse region.
And I will now leave the floor open for any questions that you may have on the presentation.